Hi, I'm Priscilla Ortega. Welcome to Fulton at Work. Coming up on today's show, from gardening and nutrition guidance to financial tips, Fulton's Cooperative Extension offers a number of programs and services for residents. We'll talk to the head of the department for a closer look. That's coming up on this edition of Fulton at Work. Stay with us. Welcome back to Fulton at Work. Today we're taking a closer look at Fulton's Cooperative Extension. The Fulton County office and its employees are affiliated with the University of Georgia Cooperative Extension. Agents create programs based on what a community needs. The Director of Fulton County Cooperative Extension, Mina Chester, is here to talk to us about the programs and services offered. Welcome to Fulton at Work, Mina.
Thank you so very much for having me.
Now, like I said, Cooperative Extension offers a number of programs. Talk a little bit about what types of services you guys offer to residents.
Cooperative Extension offers so many different services for residents. We have our 4-H department, which is our youth development section. We work with youth between the ages of 9 and 19 on a variety of things. We have our Family and Consumer Sciences section, which is basically your old home economics. We changed the name a long time ago to encompass everything that has to do with the family. And that's your canning. People call us about maybe learning how to sew on a button. We have all kinds of different classes regarding that. And we talk about mold and mildew. And we also educate people in the financial arena as well. We do estate planning. So there are many different classes in that area. We also have one of our most popular divisions of our department, and that is our agriculture and natural resources. And that involves community gardening, farming, soil samples, water samples. We have a wide variety of things. And we also work with the green industry, which is your landscaping industry, and we also work with farmers.
All right, and when it comes to nutrition, there's also a number of programs there. Talk a little bit about SNAP education.
Yes, SNAP Ed is one of our newest programs. We received a grant from the University of Georgia through the federal government to provide education to people who receive SNAP benefits and people who are eligible for that. So we go out into communities and teach them how to prepare healthy meals. We teach them how to shop for healthy meals, and we also teach them about food safety. It's a wonderful program that we are excited about for this year.
And if people want to join SNAP Education, what do they need to do?
If they would like to participate in a SNAP Education class, they need to call our office to find out where the nearest class is. We have them throughout the county in libraries. We also work with different agencies and the faith-based community.
All right, great. And Fulton Fresh is always a big hit. Talk about how popular that program is.
Oh my goodness, Fulton Fresh is an awesome program that was created in 2011 to address a need in our county. We needed to create an awareness about what food deserts are and what we as a county can do to help alleviate some of the illnesses that come with living in a food desert. A lot of people who live in food deserts may have high instances of chronic diseases such as diabetes, high blood pressure, hypertension, stroke. All those different things are related to not eating healthy. And so what our program does is it creates an awareness in that particular community and outside that community, and we teach nutrition education programs that teach people how to cook those wonderful southern vegetables that we typically eat that are typically prepared with meat or some type of fat. We teach them how to cook those vegetables without that added fat in them. So we, instead of having a cooked collard greens with like a smoked ham or smoked turkey, we will try to introduce them to something like a raw collard green salad. They absolutely love it. It's a wonderful program, and last year we distributed over 38 tons of produce to the people who we serve. So it was a wonderful program, and we served over 9,000 residents.
Wow, great. And even the Fulton County firefighters are getting some nutrition information from you guys. Talk about the Walk Away program.
Yes, we have a program. It's called Walk Away, and it is a nutrition and health education program, and it includes physical education. What we do is it's 1 hour of physical education. We actually get moving, we work out, 1 hour of a classroom style education regarding reading labels, understanding what causes you to gain weight, how to keep it off. I teach them how to actually record what they're eating and look at the number of calories. They learn everything. They learn how to take the weight off and keep it off, and we also cook together. So we have they get a recipe every time, and we cook a meal and taste that wonderful, healthy, low sodium, low fat recipe.
And what is the reaction from firefighters? And are there any success stories?
Oh yes, collectively they've lost about 60 pounds, and I'm not sure of the number of inches that they've lost, but they've measured they've collected the inches, and it has been a wonderful program. They've kept the weight off. Essentially it's a 12-week program, but we have kept it going for at least 16 to 18 weeks, so we are excited about it. And they also planted a community garden for the firefighters. We planted a garden, and they are going to grow their own vegetables this summer, so they're going to keep the healthy eating going.
Well, there are plenty more programs Cooperative Extension offers, including gardening help. Coming back, we'll share a little bit about those tips. Stay with us. Welcome back to Fulton at Work. I'm Priscilla Ortega. Today we've been talking to Menia Chester with Fulton's Cooperative Extension about nutritional programs available. One of the ways to make it easier to eat healthier is to grow your own garden. Now, agents can help beginners grow their own gardens by hosting free gardening events. Menia, where can people attend one of these events?
We have a variety of events throughout the county. They can attend an event at a library. We have them in our offices. We have 4 offices throughout the county as well. So they are all around. They just have to call our office to find out where the next class is.
And where are your offices located?
We have one office that's located in the North Fulton Annex, which is off of Roswell Road. We also have an office in the Central Library downtown Atlanta. We have an office in East Point on Washington Road, and we have an office at Camp Truett 4-H Center in College Park.
And what sort of tips do you give people who want to start growing their own garden?
If you'd like to start your own garden, it depends on what you'd like to grow. If you're going to grow flowers, or if you're going to grow herbs, there are 2 different kinds of growing light that you would need. If you are going to grow herbs, you don't need a whole lot of light. You can use the shade of a tree, or you can use a shady section of your patio or balcony. If you're going to grow something that bears fruit, such as a tomato or peppers, you need an area that gets at least 6 to 8 sunlight hours a day.
And what are like some easy herbs and fruits for beginners to start growing?
Okay, the easiest herb to grow is mint. All you need to do is water it. It will come back every year. It's not hard to kill, but you can kill it. But as long as you water it and make sure that it has indirect sunlight, it will grow and multiply. You will have so much mint that you'll have to give it away, but you have to contain it. You have to put it in a container because it will spread all over your lawn.
So you were mentioning containers. So what if I don't have a backyard or a very small yard? What can I do then?
Oh, you can put the mint in a nice pot. You can grow your tomatoes in a 5-gallon bucket. There are many different ways that you can grow a container garden. You can even put different things in one pot. You can have different mints such as sage. You can have herbs such as sage, chives, anything, parsley in one pot. But you want to make sure that if you're growing mint, you want to make sure that you put it in a pot by itself, or everything will taste like mint.
And what times of year can I start gardening?
The best time of year is to start when the last frost hits the ground. So typically in Georgia, or in the North Georgia area, it's about the middle of April or the last week of April. And this year we had a cool, rainy April, so the gardening season really didn't get started until maybe the third week of April.
Okay, and you've also talked to me a little bit about soil sampling. Tell us, how does that work?
Yes, soil sampling is very important if you are going to be growing things in ground, because every year that you plant something, the plants soak up those nutrients and you might need to replace them. So if you want to test your soil, all you need to do is bring a half a cup of soil to our office and make sure the soil is dry. We will package it for you and ask you a couple of questions. It depends on what you're trying to grow. If you're trying to make your grass a little bit greener, or if you're trying to grow flowers, those are two different kinds of tests, and we want to make sure that we test the soil for the right thing.
And how often does someone need to have their soil tested?
You can do it once a year. You can do it once every other year. It just depends on what you're growing.
All right, great. And talk to us a little bit about your community gardens. Where are they located, and how can people get one?
Well, we have several county-sponsored community gardens. We have one that's located at the North Fulton Government Annex. We have one at our Adamsville Health Center, and then we have another one that's located adjacent to our South Fulton Government Annex as well. And all you need to do is call the Cooperative Extension Office, and we'll make sure to get you a plot if one is available.
And community gardens are a great way for beginners to sort of get some tips, correct?
Yes, community gardens are great because you're not gardening alone. Many of the gardeners that are there are seasoned gardeners, and they will be there to answer questions for you. They'll tell you exactly where to put certain things. You don't want to put something tall where the sun is coming, because you're going to shade the rest of your garden. So we have people there that'll help you. We have garden managers that are there to help you, and you can always call our office. We'll be more than happy to give you information on how to grow things in your community garden and how to place things in your plot.
Well, thank you so much. Well, there's plenty more programs Cooperative Extension offers. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll continue the conversation with Mina and discuss the programs geared towards children and teens. Stay with us. Welcome back to Fulton at Work. I'm Priscilla Ortega. Today we've been talking to Mina Chester with Cooperative Extension. So far we've talked about several programs about nutrition and gardening, but there are also some programs for young adults like the 4-H program. Mina, talk a little bit about the 4-H program.
4-H is a wonderful program. It targets youth between the ages of 9 and 19, and it doesn't matter if they are at-risk youth or not at risk. We work with everybody throughout the county. 4-H works with youth on their youth development skills. So we talk about life skills. We teach them how to speak in public. They get to visit county government, state government. They serve as pages. There's so many different things that we do with them. And we also work in schools, and we work with after-school programs as well.
And what are the ages for 4-H?
The age group for 4-H is 9 to 19, and there are 3 different areas. We have our Cloverleaf, which is your 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. We have our junior 4-Hers, which are 7th and 8th graders, and we have our senior 4-Hers, which are our 9th through 11th graders. And
there are also some summer programs at 4-H people can get involved in. Talk about those.
Yes, summer programs for 4-H are it's a way for us to target or engage the youth throughout the summer. We do all kinds of things with them. We have day camps, and then we also have hiking experiences that we take them on. We have experiences where they actually learn how to prepare healthy meals. So they work with some of our family and consumer science agents within the office. They work with our agriculture agents as well. So they get out in the garden. They just learn how to do a wide variety of things, because it's our job to expose them to different experiences that they may not have in their own community.
And then what about throughout the school year? Is there some sort of after-school programs?
Yes, we work with after-school programs as well. Sometimes schools may have a particular after-school program that they want us to work with, or their 4-H club may be the after-school program that we work with.
And how can people get involved in that?
Typically, you would go through your schools. With elementary schools, we need to talk with the principal, so the principals can call our office, or we can reach out to a school as well. But we are in Atlanta Public Schools and Fulton County Schools. We also work with private schools, so if there's a homeschool group that would like to participate, we would work with them as well. They just have to give our office a call, and we would set up a club with them.
All right, great. And one of the events I had the pleasure of going to was the Pizza Farm. It's also a program where children can learn about where their food comes from. Talk about, how does the Pizza Farm work?
The Pizza Farm is a very large event. We work with metro counties. We work with Clayton, Cobb, DeKalb, and Gwinnett County to put this huge event on, where we're teaching children where their food comes from. If they eat pizza and they have hamburger on their pizza, they may not realize that hamburger actually comes from a cow. That is meat that is ground up from a cow. We also talk about pepperoni, where the pepperoni comes from, and they don't realize that pepperoni it started out as a live animal. So for the children to see that, and then also to see how a crust is made and how the wheat is ground up and it actually turns into flour, and then the flour is made into pizza dough. So to allow children to see where their food comes from is an awesome thing, because a lot of times you'll ask them, where does your milk come from, and they'll say the grocery store. So they have no concept of where it comes from beyond that, and so we are enlightening them on that.
So it's obviously very visual. There's like chickens and a cow there, but they also get to actually make their own pizza at the end.
Yes, they get to make their own pizza after they go through all of the different sections and learning about agriculture and how it's related to food production. Then they get to make their own pizza, and then they get to eat pizza as well.
And about how many schools and children typically go to the Pizza Farm every year?
This past year was our second year doing that, and typically we have about 1,000 to maybe 1,500 kids to come through a day, and it's a 2-day program.
All right, great. And so one other major focus for Cooperative Extension is financial management, and you talked a little bit about that. Can you elaborate?
Yes, we work with new business owners, and we also have a grant that we got through the Small Business Administration to work with new business owners or people who are thinking about starting a business. So this class actually helps them to determine whether or not they are ready to do it. And we talk about saving money, how much money you have in savings. We talk about estate planning. We talk about all those basic things before you get to the business planning stage. And then the next class after that is actually the business plan, how to write one, and to make sure that the business is actually something that will be viable and that will sustain the person.
Well, great. So we've talked about gardening, nutrition, finances. What other information have I left out that Cooperative Extension can help people with?
Well, our programs are typically written specifically for each community. So if a particular community has an issue with food deserts, or if it has an issue regarding if they would like to learn how to do canning, they're growing their own things in the community and they want to learn how to do canning, it's our job to go out in the community and help to resolve that issue. So Cooperative Extension offers a wide variety of programs in different areas of the community, and no community is the same.
Well, that has been a ton of great information. Thank you, Menia Chester, the Director of Fulton County Cooperative Extension, for being here.
Thank you so very much for having me.
Now, to learn more about any of the programs and services we talked about today, you can call Cooperative Extension at 404-332-2400. Now, that's all of our time at Fulton at Work. We'd love to hear from you, so email us with your questions or comments to fgtv.feedback@fultoncountyga.gov, Or of course, you could connect with us online on Facebook or Twitter. I'm Priscilla Ortega. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.